Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a random SarCast late at night. Right now, it is literally the 14th of August on a Sunday, 10:55 p.m. Just wrapped up casting for day number 3 of MPL ID Season 10. First week wrapped up completely. Because of a lot of comments on the MPL ID channel, in the live chat, even on my channel here, as I just opened up a discussion for day number 3. And obviously there's just so many DMs about the same topics here. A lot of topics that we're going to be talking about in this video, in this official first edition of a pre-recorded SarCast. This is the first time we're ever doing a SarCast pre-recorded, not live. So there isn't going to be interactivity with the viewers. I'm very sorry for that, ladies and gentlemen, but I just want to give out some content for you guys to watch on my channel while I'm casting for MPL, while I'm going to be casting for MDL, and while I'm editing the vlog that's going to be coming up on Wednesday. I hope it comes out on Wednesday. It really depends on my schedule because I've cast on Tuesday. There's a lot of things to do in the week now that MPL and MDL has started. I'm going to be very busy casting, but again, this is why I'm doing this, the pre-recorded SarCast, so you guys can still know my opinion, and you guys can still, kind of get my point of view. No interactivity, no instant interactivity, but I'll try to read and reply to every single one of your comments. So if you guys have a different opinion, if you guys want to discuss about something, please do, please do comment down below on the channel on this video. And also, if you guys want even more interactivity, I'm always active on my Discord. The Discord is for members only. So if you become a member, you'll get emailed the Discord link. You can join it, and you can join in a discussion. We discuss about everything: MPL ID, MPL PH, even new content, new skins, everything that is amongst the MLBB world. All right, that is in the MLBB world. But you know what? Without further ado, we're just gonna get started on the topics that we have here for the SarCast first ever pre-recorded episode. Number 1, let's talk a little bit about my power rankings, because season 10 first week has wrapped up. We have gotten a taste of every single team in MPL ID season 10. Let's reflect on the power rankings that I made earlier, a week before, a few days actually before season 10 started. I put Araki Hoshi as the number 1 team, and right now I got pretty spot on. There are a lot of differences, however, from my power rankings to the current standings, even the performances. I put GeekFam as last place, 8th place, even after knowing that Beloyski will be in the roster. Now, I put GeekFam as the 8th place team because I felt like one player isn't going to have that big of an impact to bring this 8th place team in Season 9 all the way to top 3, top 4. But I might be wrong about that. And that's great. That's great. Aurafire has also proven me wrong, proven my prediction, my power rankings wrong after beating EVOS Legends 2-0 in such a dominant fashion too. And this is a good thing. Right? I see a lot of people in the comments and the chat saying that, oh, Mirko, your power rankings are wrong, blah, blah, blah. Yes, power rankings should be wrong, all right? If a caster can predict the entire thing, if an analyst can predict the entire thing of MPL, if an audience member can predict MPL that easily, then it's going to be boring. The fact that my power ranking isn't 100% accurate, the fact that even me, a person I'm in the world. I'm listening to things. I'm listening to people, to coaches, to analysts speak about these teams, and I got it wrong, right? That means that the teams are just so rapidly progressing, and the competitive level of MPL ID Season 10 is rising, right? It has been rising since Season 1, and it's now at its peak in Season 10, with all the matches being so close, so competitive, and obviously with the PH imports. Now, that's the power rankings, all right? I'm glad that the power rankings are wrong. I'm glad that some teams have proven me wrong. Obviously, there are some teams who I got right. Araki Hoshi, number 1, for example, I said that Alter Ego is going to be a strong contender in this season, and so far they have looked pretty solid. They did lose against RQ 2-0, but it was a very close game, especially game number 1. I think Bigatron Alpha, I got Bigatron Alpha right. I put them in 6th or 5th, and currently in the standings, they are 6th. So there are a few of the power rankings prediction that I got right. Anyways, we're going to move on to the next topic, the PH player debut. Right as we were talking about the competitive level of Season 10 rising, let's talk about the PH players. Let's talk about the imports here in MPL ID Season 10, because it's been interesting. It's been really, really interesting to see. We've only seen 2 PH players in MPL ID Season 10 so far, Beloyski and Kyrie. Those are the only ones that we've seen play on stage. We haven't seen DLAR, we haven't seen Marky. Hades, we haven't seen. And we haven't seen any of the coaches, right? Arcadia, he hasn't stepped up on stage yet. But we're going to talk about the PH players that have stepped on or have at least been announced in MPL ID. Kyrie debut. I think we'll start with Kyrie because the hype was on him. Everyone was looking. Everyone was watching this game. How is Kyrie going to perform? A lot of haters, a lot of his fans were watching. In general, there was just a lot of viewers for this debut. And man, he delivered. They were up against Rebellion Zion. Right now, they are 8th placed in the league after week 1. So maybe not the best of teams, but doesn't take away from his plays. It doesn't take away from the calculative and the calculative plays and the efficient plays that he made on both of his Akai. Wait, yeah, he played Akai twice, right? I don't know. I might be blanking out here, but I'm pretty sure he played Akai twice. He got an MVP in game number 1, and yeah, he was just efficient. He was very efficient on the Akai. A very good debut for a young player who needs to meet the level of expectations that people have set upon him after his reveal that he's going to play in Onyx ID as the first ever Filipino import in Season 10. He's 17. The kid is 17 and he's able to play so oh my god, it's still baffling to me how he was able to perform that well as a 17-year-old moving into a new country and playing on a new team who, you know, where all the members speak Indonesian. Even in the mic check, if you guys watched the mic check, they were all speaking in Indonesian. They were communicating in Indonesian, and Kyrie felt like it was a part of the team. It doesn't feel like he's a new member of the team. It really did feel like they just worked together really well. The synergy was there, and the plays. I think we all know the 1 HP escape that Kyrie executed in game 1 after using the heavy spin to pin 2 targets. The way he turned the fight around even in game number 2 with the 2 pin targets with his Akai. His retribution being completely on point, outclassing Rebellion Zion's Fearless, who was a menace back in season 9. So that's all I have to say about Kyrie, honestly. I expected him to be really good, and yeah, he was really good. I even said it during my cast, from one good jungler to another Kyrie. You're pretty gulling, bro. But yeah, that's it for Kyrie. I think it's time to move on to Beloyski, because Beloyski's transfer kind of, flew under the radar. Not a lot of people were hyped to see Beloyski, maybe because they announced it kind of later, like almost, right? I think they announced it a week before season 10, as opposed to Kyrie, who was announced way before. So the hype was built for Kyrie, but not for Beloyski. And coming into it, I had a lot of expectations for Beloyski. Obviously, we all know how good this player really is. Beloyski, the prodigal son. At M3, I had the pleasure of casting his games, and every single one of his performances as a roamer in M3 was absolutely phenomenal. I loved how he played Natalia. I loved every second of his game because it was just so smart and so efficient. I think there's going to be a trend here when we are talking about the PH players, and I think efficient. The word efficient is going to come up a lot of times because that's just the right definition, for these imports. Especially Beloyski, though. Because for Beloyski, I think on the Franco, on the heroes that he has found comfort with or his signature picks, he does perform well. But I think right now, as it stands, GeekFam's playstyle is very predictable. Beloyski in game number 1 against RRQ on the Franco completely outclassed RRQ. He disrupted the gameplay, stopped any form of momentum from RRQ from happening, any sort of snowball potential from happening with all of his hooks, with all of his plays, and with his crisp, clean rotations. In game number 2, though, we saw on his grok, RRQ were able to kind of, read GeekFam's playstyle. They started to understand what and how GeekFam were able to beat them in game number 1. And in game number 3, it was completely evident that RRQ had everything read out already, right? So I think for me personally, to GeekFam, they need to fix that. They need to fix their game plan, because their game plan really was basically Beloyski getting space to make decisions, and we followed Beloyski. It didn't really feel like the other members were making a lot of individual plays, except for Chadera, by the way. Chadera, he's a rookie in the gold lane. I think he's so good, especially when you combine him with Beloyski. But yeah, it really felt like in the laning phase where it should be, the players thinking for themselves, they're also just trying heavily to just follow Beloyski and his movements. And sometimes it does work, like in game number 1 against RRQ Hoshi, but when the enemy team knows what you're doing, when they can disrupt you by just focusing Beloyski down, because, again, there's a trend when we're talking about GeekFam and Beloyski. Notice how in both of the matches and 4 of the games that they've lost, when it's when Beloyski gets targeted the most. When Beloyski dies the most, when Beloyski doesn't have active time around the map, and when he's just followed by the other roamer constantly, he's not able to make the plays, and GeekFam falter. That's what I'm trying to say, right? It relies heavily on Beloyski making plays. It relies heavily on Beloyski getting the space he needs to enable his team. But if the other teams target Beloyski down, hasn't worked well, and I think it won't work well. A lot of people in the comments seem to believe that if Hades steps in, replacing Hans, all these problems will be solved. Hades, is he a good player? Yes, obviously he's a good player. He's an import. GeekFam definitely brought him from PH for a reason. They're not going to take a random, a garbage player from PH. They're taking a good player from the PH, from the Philippines, to bring over to Indonesia, right? And with Hades coming into the roster, maybe possibly in week 2, GeekFam might have a better performance. But if they don't change that strategy, if they still go for the same follow Beloyski, wait for him to make plays, and we follow up, if that's the only way to win, I don't think this team is going to find much success. They're going to have to diversify a bit. That's my thoughts for Beloyski. But overall, Beloyski, he's still good. He's still very good. Everyone needs to target him down for him to actually fail. So, props to Beloyski. I met him too. Yeah, that's it. That's it for Beloyski. But we're not going to be talking about DLAR right now because we have a special segment for DLAR. That's going to be topic number 4. Let's move on to topic number 3 first, though. BTK have landed in Indonesia. Well, they've been here for a couple of days now. And yeah, I got to meet them. They were in the MPL arena yesterday on Saturday, 13th of August. And I got to talk to them. I got to speak with them, Victor, Fried Chicken, and Mobazane. Mostly Mobazane and Victor, though, because Fried Chicken had to take an interview. And I had very, very little time to actually converse and interact with them because the breaks that we have between games, it wasn't that long. I had to go eat. Then when I came back, I only had 10 minutes to talk with them. And they were constantly taking pictures with fans and with the media, right? So we didn't have a lot of time to talk. Hopefully we do get more time to talk. I'm really like, they're genuinely fun dudes, you know, and they're very outgoing. Once I stepped in to the smoking area where they were hanging out, where they were smoking, Mobuse was like, "Oh, you're Mirko, right? Mirko, yeah." And we just chilled after that. We spoke, and yeah, they're very outgoing. I don't think I can tell you guys what we talked about. I don't know. Again, need to confirm with them, but I'm too lazy to do it now because I'm tired. I just got back from MPL. But we spoke about BTK, the team, how it's going now that Zia and Shark has left the team. You know, how's it going right now? Are they finding new members? Are they disbanding, etc.? We spoke a little bit about that. And obviously we spoke about how Indonesia has been treating them, right? For the past few days they've been in Indonesia. They love it, man. They love it. And hopefully we get another chance to talk because yeah, it was fun. It was very fun. I don't know when though, because my schedule is pretty stacked right now. I'm pretty busy. I think the only days that I can meet them are MPL days. They'll be staying here for a month though, so I'm not really worried. I'm pretty sure we'll get the time to talk. Now though, let's get to a big topic, guys. Let's get to a massive topic. This is, oh man, while I was casting today, I was a color caster. Well, okay, so I was casting yesterday as a play-by-play caster, and I already noticed these comments in the live chat, but I noticed it even more here today, especially today, because EVOS Legends lost the game. Yesterday, EVOS Legends won with Pendragon. So not a lot of people were talking about DLAR. Everyone was just like, in the beginning, everyone was like, yeah, where's DLAR? Where's DLAR? That's it. But today, oh my God, the comment section. I was color casting today, so I had a little bit more leeway when it came to reading the comments and taking notes. So when EVOS lost 2-0 to Aurafire, they played Pendragon, not DLAR. And the comments went ham, hating on Pendragon, hating on EVOS Legends, hating on Zace, saying, where's DLAR? Play DLAR. Well, quote unquote, Pendragon garbage, where's DLAR? You know, those are the type of comments. Even like, quote unquote, Zace garbage, etc. And even in my comment section here, that now that I have posted the day 3 discussion, as I always do after every single day of MPL ID, and I'm getting the same comments. Some people are like, I don't get it. Why are EVOs not playing DLAR? It's so dumb, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'll give you guys a couple of perspectives, yeah. As an audience member, I agree. As an audience member, right? If you take a look, if you just look into the minds or try to put yourself into the place of the audience, you don't have any knowledge about scrims. You don't have any knowledge about what's going on behind the scenes of EVOS Legends. I can see why people are hating on EVOS, or hating on Pendragon, or hating on Zace for not playing DLAR. Because again, it's strange. PH Import, they imported this man all the way from the Philippines. They brought him to Indonesia to play Mobile Legends in the MPL, but they don't give him a chance to perform on stage. They've given the last 2 matches to an Indonesian player, Pendragon. But now I want you guys to picture yourself in Zace's shoes, or in anyone, or just anyone in EVOS's shoes, right? With the data that they have collected, I'm sure from scrims, from just practice, from talking with each other, getting to know each other, I'm pretty sure they have their reasons, right? Like, this is a whole management. There's no way they brought DLAR in from Philippines to do nothing. You guys need to remember that this is the first week of MPL ID Season 10. There's 7 more weeks to go. 3 days each in every week. There's so many days left to go. Chill out, guys. EVOS are going to be playing way more matches, all right? 2 matches, these 2 matches might not be, important. Again, I want to bring up a little bit of history. EVOS Legends in Season 7, the season when they actually won, they captured the MPL title once again, they weren't doing well early on in the season. They were shaky. They lost to Bigatron Alpha. They suffered a lot of losses early on. Then they brought up Fairsick from the MDL. With with that change and a couple more roster changes and gameplay changes, they were able to adapt and they were able to win Season 7. And right now, maybe that's the same thing. They're limit testing. They're giving the new players like Taz, like Pendragon, who've just stepped up from the MDL again, some time to shine on stage, right? These guys haven't played in the MPL stage for so long. Meanwhile, if you look at DLAR, the man's experienced. The man is a veteran. We can put him in as a secret weapon for EVOS anytime. Again, I'm not part of EVOS. It's just speculation, but there's a lot of reasons that I can think about that may be the actual reason as to why EVOS isn't letting DLAR play right now, right? Giving the younger players playtime, maybe also giving more time for DLAR to learn Indonesian, maybe to communicate better. Language barrier is definitely something that has been a massive topic when it comes to importing players in Indonesia, because not a lot of Indonesian players speak English and some don't even understand English, right? So give them some time, guys. It's the first week. Don't get too hot, in the comments. Don't start hating just because of the performances in the first week and the decisions that they make on the first week. Again, just as a reminder, Season 10 is going to go on for another 7 weeks. There's going to be a total of 8 weeks. And there's a lot of matches in between or in those 8 weeks. So chill out a bit, yeah? And while we're talking about MPL ID Season 10, while we're talking about the duration, let's talk about the stage. Because the stage and the audience in particular has been so good. Man, the MPL arena is electrifying. Every single match, I swear. The audience just gets me so hyped. If you guys watched the stream, the cast on second day, yesterday, Saturday, week 1, day 2 of MPL ID Season 10, the last match, Bigatron Alpha versus EVOS Legends. Now, the BTR fans and the EVOS fans went ham. Man, they brought out everything. Like it was a full house, and the fans were going crazy after every kill, after every hook, after every objective. It's always whoa or woo or the songs that they sing for the teams, and it's so good. Sometimes it does mess with the casters because me in particular, I'm doing play-by-play on Saturday on the day that this happened, right? And sometimes I couldn't hear myself at all because the audience was just too loud. It overpowered the voice, my own voice, on my headset. So I couldn't hear myself, and that's why maybe if you guys watched day number 2 final game, if you thought like, oh, why is Mirko shouting a lot? There's like the moments aren't even hype. It's because I can't hear myself. I need to shout so that I can hear myself, so that I can actually know what I'm saying. That's the reason. That's the reason behind the screaming, the yelling, and I'm not even joking. I almost lost my voice. After game 1. And after game 1, I was like, all right, you know what? I need producer, please increase the volume of my headset. This is not going to work. The audience, way too loud. It's not a bad thing because obviously it gets me hyped, and obviously the experience of just casting in a full arena is something that we might not get again, depending on how COVID goes. But yeah, it was so good. It was so good. I hope you guys get a chance to experience it yourself. If you guys are interested, this is not an ad. Again, this is just SarCAST. I'm not sponsored by Blibli to buy tickets, but honestly, if you guys are in Indonesia, in Jakarta, go and experience it, man. Buy the tickets on blibli.com. Check it out, because this is something that might not come again, Like, again, it all depends on the situation around, like, in the world. I don't know. Things are getting crazy, man. Monkeypox, COVID. I don't know if we're gonna have this often, So if you have the chance, please do come experience it for yourself. Now for the final topic, though, of the day of the SarCAST episode, MPL PH Season 10 has been going on, and we've been simultaneously, I think, MPL PH Season 10 started on the same day as season of ID. ID and PH have been simultaneously streaming together. So I haven't really watched a lot of matches because obviously it was together, right? I've been watching clips. I know the results of the matches, but I don't know everything that happened in season 10. So again, I'm sorry if I don't get everything accurate. It's not my forte. My forte is season 10 of ID, but Philippines, still as usual, I think very, very interesting games. I think I tweeted and I also posted about this. You guys want me to do like a reaction video on the games itself, you know, give my 2 cents while watching the game, maybe, and upload it onto YouTube. I got a lot of positive comments, a lot of likes on Twitter and on YouTube. And yeah, okay, I will be doing it. So just as an update, I will be doing it. Maybe on Thursday, maybe I'll upload it on Friday. We'll see. One game in particular, though, one match in particular, really piqued my interest. It was both Blacklist matches. Blacklist versus NXPE, where, okay, what? Come on, Oheb, how you, Savage on the first day of MPL PH? My God, man. My God. But it's safe to say that I was pretty accurate on my power rankings too. I listed Blacklist as number 1. But there was something that surprised me a lot. It was Omega. Omega's performance in the regular season has been amazing. So good. Maybe I was wrong, you know. I put them as 6th or 5th in my... Yeah, I think I put them as 5th or 6th. 5th or 6th in my power rankings for MPL PH. And in the Blacklist match, well, in their first match against RSGPH, they obviously won 2-0, which was very surprising because I rated RSGPH pretty high, 2nd place in my power rankings. But yeah, Omega, they've proven me wrong. And again, just to rephrase what I said earlier on when we were talking about the power rankings that I made for ID, I love it when teams prove me wrong because it shows that, you know, the scene isn't easily predicted. It's not predictable. It's good when these things happen because it shows the competitive level rising in PH and ID. But for the second match, Blacklist versus Omega, that, oh my God, wow. Like Omega, especially it's the second game where Omega was winning hard. Blacklist had like 2 kills. Like, they had 1-digit kills and Omega took every single turret and Blacklist still was able to win. Games like this, I need to watch the entirety of it so that I can actually give you guys my opinion. And don't worry, we will be doing that. I just want to share how amused and how excited I am to see PH as well as ID because season 10 has been the most entertaining season by far as a caster. From the meta that's been so diverse. I love the unique heroes that have come out. Natalia in the jungle in PH and Natan in the jungle for ID. High and Wise, both Aura and Blacklist, trendsetters when it comes to prio picks. And I love that. I love that so much. I can't wait to see the teams progress as the weeks go on, and I don't know. I really don't know who's going to take it now. Who's going to be the champions of both PH and ID? Because every single team has had their weaknesses kind of exploited, right? RRQ, obviously, losing a game onto Geek Fam, almost losing against Alter Ego in game number 1. And Blacklist International, losing game number 2 against Next Play EVOS, and almost losing against Omega, right? So this just shows, again, that every single team are ready, are improving, are progressing in the season, through the season. And like I said, I just can't wait. I'm pretty sure you guys can't wait either. But that's it, guys, for the SarCAST, the pre-recorded SarCAST. I want to give a massive thanks to everybody for watching. Please do click that like button, click the subscribe button if you guys would like to see more content like this, and tell me in the comments as well your opinion on any one of these topics that we've been talking about, that we've talked about here. And please do let me know if you guys like this pre-recorded format of SarCAST while I'm busy, because this way I can upload and still interact with you guys in some way, even when I'm busy, because live streams are very taxing. This one, I can just upload, record it in the middle of the day. I mean, at the end of the day, right? Because currently it's 11:25 p.m. If I stream now, a lot of people will miss it. So, yeah, it's better to do it this way, I think, while I'm busy and while I have things to do. But on that note, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning into the SarCAST pre-recorded episode. It's been Mirko, and I will see you in the next content.